Hello everypony, this is TRCMLP. I recently reached 100 subscribers, thanks Equestria Girls for being a god-awful piece of shit, and I thought I'd celebrate this milestone by starting to review the comics, both the main series and the micro-series. These reviews will be released at irregular intervals because reasons. The star of the first comic is Twilight Sparkle, and honestly, it's pretty meh. The first problem is the art. Tom Zoller is clearly trying to mimic the show's art style, but everything just looks really amateur. The line thickness is very inconsistent. Some are overly thick, while others are too thin, but most of them are just really wobbly looking. In several panels, there aren't even backgrounds, so everything just comes across as unfinished and kind of lazy, to be honest. Let's talk about the plot. In this comic, Twilight is on her way to Princess Celestia to take a test, but there's a change of plans and she is instead tasked with assisting the royal archivist Summer Main, who has injured her leg in a fall. Summer Main's a crabby one, but the two bond somewhat over time, and Twilight discovers that Summer Main is her favorite author. I know I said there would be spoilers, but there wasn't a whole lot to spoil in this anyway, and in the case of this comic you probably won't care, trust me. The problems I have with this comic all amount to what could be the greatest offense of any story. The fact that it's just not fun to read and as a result is a chore to get through. The story is slice of life, and slice of life is okay. Heck, the show prides itself on that. But here, it's executed in the most mundane way imaginable. A third of the comic is dedicated to showing Twilight work, and an entire 2 pages are just her and Summer Main sitting at the table in awkward silence. Panels like this are uninviting and seem to only be there to pad the story out a few pages, not to mention there's a complete lack of humor. The closest thing you get to a joke is Summer Main constantly getting Twilight's name wrong. And is it funny? Not really. But if I can give the comic credit to one thing, it does do a decent job at foreshadowing who Summer Main really is. Another positive, I guess, is that I was able to relate to Summer Main's problem. I once wrote a fanfiction for Rio, and it was the most reviewed story in the archive for some time. Like Summer Main, the overwhelming positive response, including that from multiple people I'd respected beforehand, kind of scared me, and I'm too afraid to try to live up to that standard, so it was a one and done sort of deal. Overall, the comic is substandard to the show, but it's not the worst thing ever. Trust me, there actually is worse later. I give the comic a 2 out of 5.